Yo, what's going on? Thank y'all boys for tuning in to Full Court Entertainment Podcast. As always, I got my man with me, Salty Sneaky Sam. Don't trust him because he damn sure gonna pull the shicey trade. Got NBA basketball coming up this season, fantasy videos. If you guys need any help, make sure you like, subscribe, and access because we all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok as well. We're on everything that you can find. So yeah, it's your boy Shondell always. And today we're gonna go ahead and just jump into this topic of talking about if Kobe Bryant and Tim Duncan played on the same team, do they win 7 rings? Go ahead, Sheldon. You take it first.
Do they win 7 rings? Uh, I'm not. I don't think. It depends. Because it depends on what team they're on. Like, are you gonna surround Kobe and Tim Duncan with the necessary pieces? Like, yeah, Kobe and Shaq won. They won 3 together. And let's just say Tim Duncan and Kobe, they win. They win 3. I think they get 6. I think they win 6. And then we gotta go with what era they playing. Are we on the 2000s? In the 20, we like in the mid 2010s. Like what? It depends on what era. So it depends. But if I had to choose, I'm gonna say they get 6, but I don't think they get 7. I think Kobe wins one more because Tim Duncan he got 5 too. So yeah, they each win 6. They each win 6.
For me, when it comes to asking a question of Tim Duncan and Kobe paired together, winning 7 together, I'm not gonna hold you. At first, it sounded kind of crazy. But then when I was like, man, they both won 5. But like the team assembled around Tim Duncan, I think that team, you put that team in any generation of basketball, they're a threat. They're a threat. I don't care if they're an A seed, a play-in seed. That Tim Duncan team, that Spurs team, Tony, Ginobili, you know what it is. That 3-headed dragon, that first ingrown beast. Like we see it today. Like it's rare that we even see super teams created through draft. So Tim Duncan paired up with a Kobe, and Kobe won 2 by himself. Like he had one of the most dominant big.
He didn't win by himself.
Hey, buddy, do your thing. So look, he won 2 after Shaq left, is what I'll say. He won 2 after Shaq left, and he has a totally different narrative. It was like, oh, without Shaq, can he still do it? And he did to him. I mean, he had a great team assembled around. Both of them had great teams assembled around him. I think if you interchange any of those Tim Duncan on a team, Lakers team, Cole, what he had, Cole on that Spurs team, I think they get 7. I think they get 7. I think honestly, I could see the 6, but I think they probably scrape and get that 7 because 5 alone with the teams that they were going through in the system in that generation. I mean, I think those guys are just, man, I think they scary together. I think they could do it. I seen someone also say that maybe Kevin Garnett would have probably been a better person paired with Kobe for everything, like the personality, the grind, and the locked in focusedness. It would have took the team to a different hyper draft focus versus Shaq. Shaq was just amazing and great, best big to ever do it, but he wasn't really locked in and as in shape as he should have been. But I think they get 7 together. I think Tim and Kobe. It sounds nasty and boring, but I think they do it.
What team are they on though?
I already said I think you put either one on either team. You take Kobe, put him on that. You take Kobe, put him on one of them fat chip Spurs teams. They get it done. Shit, you put Kobe with that Kawhi team. They got it done. I think shit. You put Tim Duncan. Shit, you replace him any of those teams, even with Shaq. Any of those teams that Kobe won foul with. I think they run through it. They run through them boys.
It depends. It really just depends on. It kind of depends because if you go with the Lakers. You run 2 big man lineup. We don't see that nowadays. We see it with one team, but we really don't see that. So it could be kind of hard. Now you got to bring Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan was a great rim protector, but now you got to bring him out to the paint. Something he really didn't do in his prime. They didn't play like that. They didn't play like that back in the day. And even in like the 2000s. Well, not the 2000s, but like even in the early 2010s when they went up against the Heat. That's not his game. That's why Popovich took him out the lineup. He took him out for that specific reason. He needed somebody that could defend the perimeter. So it really kind of depends. And Tim Duncan isn't the most athletic. We know he's gonna get 20-10 and probably 2 blocks, but he's not athletic as Shaq. So now you got a big. Now you got to play with a big that's not maybe as mobile and not gonna run up and down like a Shaq. So it really depends. Do I think, like I said, I don't think they win 7. I think they just win 1 more. So they'll each win 6. But that'd be a good duo though. And KG was supposed to be on the Lakers, but it never happened.
Yeah, I like the comment that you said about like the 2 bigs. I think we're kind of seeing that kind of come back a little bit. We're seeing some version of that. I thought about the Cavs because I know a previous when we did our previous video when we did rankings, we placed the Cavs in A. Hopefully you guys go check that out. It's clip Instagram comments as well. Somebody said that they weren't an A, but I think maybe they might be. But I think about the Cavs and that Jared Allen, that Evan Mobley, and even I think back when they had before the Donovan Mitchell trade, they had Lauri Markkanen. So we seen a little version of that, and it's the copycat league. I can't remember the other team, but I know another team is trying to create that tall, big lineup. I think the Raptors had a little something like that. When they went against Philly in the first round, but they didn't have a superstar, so it didn't work. But yeah, I like what you're saying though. I could get behind 6, but I'm gonna go for it. I'm a gambling man. I'm gonna go ahead and roll with 7 for them boys. So I think like our next topic, what we're gonna talk about, we got Paul Pierce versus Gilbert Arenas. Just like, just the versus, who you rolling with, who you think wins the one-on-one, the better franchise player, the better, like, who you got? Tell me who you got, Sheldon.
I'm taking Paul Pierce.
Oh, yeah, the truth.
I feel like everybody would pick Paul Pierce over Gilbert Arenas. Nothing against Gilbert Arenas, but I'll probably take Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce, master at the mid-range, could shoot the 3, was a big body guy, could play real good defense. He could get to his spots real easily. Gilbert Arenas, there's nothing wrong with him, but I feel like we didn't see a lot of Gilbert Arenas, honestly. He had some really good years, but we saw way more of Paul Pierce. So just taking him like back in his prime, and even with the big 3 Celtics, I would take Paul Pierce, honestly. He's just better. He's just a better player, honestly. He's just better than him.
Mm-hmm. I think with the verses of Paul Pierce, the truth versus Gilbert Arenas, I think a lot of people would go ahead and roll with Paul Pierce because he's the better overall player. He's the truth. My boy was in the playoffs giving Bean and Bron 40, 35. But I'm not gonna hold you. I think like if we put Gilbert Arenas in this era of basketball versus a Paul Pierce, I think a Gilbert Arenas, like, I could see him he could average a high, 28, maybe 30, 31, 32. I believe Gil could do it because just at the speed that the game is played in, just at how many shots, I think if you put Gilbert Arenas against Paul Pierce this day and age, the NBA is pushing for higher scores. So I definitely think that Gilbert Arenas on the scoring side, if you put him in this generation of age, he kills Paul Pierce on the scoring side. That's going to make people go with him. But I do, because they were in a generation that they were in. I mean, Paul Pierce, that mid-range game, like it's like it's like I always think, like if DeMar DeRozan was in the 90s, like we would call him like the second coming of Mike. I think Paul Pierce's game just looked better from how they were playing at the time and age. And honestly, he's a really big body. Paul Pierce is a big body. I mean, he say crazy things, but don't get it wrong. That man was the truth. He did get that Finals MVP. Like, he was the the Celtics, that big 3. It was him. KG, I know he get it because of the narrative line. He definitely was good, but it was always Paul Pierce that made it like, okay, this is why they're going to win. That's my take. But a lot of people I can understand and get behind certain takes that it was KG. But yeah.
The best player on the team?
The reason that like the engine on the team. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I agree with that. But Paul Pierce, I mean, at that time, you can say Paul Pierce was 1A, KG was 1B, whatever. You could go either way, but when like who their go-to guy was, it was definitely Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce, he beats Gilbert Arenas. He beats him, honestly.
Yeah. I think so. I think. I don't know. It might be closer than we think, but I think it wouldn't be surprising to hit a majority go with Paul Pierce. But I think that minority, they would make some good points about Gilbert Arenas, because if that man was shooting the ball, like taking as many shots they take these days, shoot, he probably would have put up 75. He probably put up 80. I think Gil could do it.
70, 80 points.
I think Gil could do it.
I mean, it depends. He only had like looking at the stats. He really only had like 3 good years. He averaged 25. He averaged 29. He averaged 28. He averaged 6, 5 assists. Like if you put him in this age, could he average? He probably average at least. I'd say he averaged 28, 20. I think he averaged maybe close to what he averaged.
I think he's going to be getting more free throws. He's going to be getting more shot attempts. So I think all that stuff just adds up, and then the speed, because Gil was fast and he was always in shape. My man could run. I'm pretty sure Gil was probably running somewhere around 8 miles a day, maybe a little bit more, because his conditioning was always amazing. So I definitely think Gil, man, that man can score. And these days, scoring is important. But not to get too caught up on Paul Pierce and Gil. So we're gonna go ahead and go with like another one that might be one-sided, but hopefully we hear that minority opinion say some things that turn a few ears. So we got Deron Williams versus Jason Kidd in this versus. So who you going with?
I'm going with Jason Kidd.
Tell me why you make this surprising choice.
Jason Kidd just better than him. I think, especially later on, he developed a 3-point shot. He wasn't a 3-point shooter like in his early days, but he got way better. He got way better as a 3-point shooter. He really, I ain't gonna say he could score when he wants to, but he could really score. For a guard, he can get a lot of rebounds, decent defender. He's one of the best assist men ever. Like he led 2 of his teams to the finals, back to almost could have won. I think he lost to the Lakers. He lost to Kobe and the Lakers, and I forgot who else he lost to, but he led them teams to the finals. I like Deron Williams. Deron Williams was one of my favorite point guards back when it was like him and Chris Paul. They was going back and forth. I like Deron Williams, but when it comes to like this, Jason Kidd, he clears Deron Williams. He clears him literally.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm gonna go with Jason Kidd too. Like, no shocker there. Hopefully, you guys in the comments or sections put out some points that's like, you know what, maybe I should have went with Deron Williams, because I think Deron Williams, like,
if you niggas pick Deron Williams, you guys are idiots. Nothing against Deron Williams, y'all just slow.
Yeah, it might be. I think Deron Williams had that little stretch when he was the best point guard in the league for like a little bit, but it was like short lived. Like, I think Deron Williams, like, his peak was like short lived. I could be wrong, and you got Jason Kidd, like, he's still number 2 in like all time assists in the NBA, like 12,091 assists, and that's crazy. You got Chris Paul right behind him, 11,501. Whoa, and you got LeBron James right behind him too. That's great. LeBron gonna be in everything by the time it's done. But Jason Kidd, though, honestly, I remember when he made the little joke. They used to call me Ace and Kidd because I didn't have a jumper. But like, honestly, I think he probably had the better career, honestly, too. Jason Kidd definitely Hall of Famer. So it's not hard. Jason Kidd was a defender too. NML, like, I really loved how like he ran the court. He did it for Jersey. Like, he made that ugly that jersey, that logo for the Nets back then. It was super ugly. He made it look good. He had people wearing them big old XX3 jerseys. And Jason Kidd, man, I think one thing too is like he's low key a decent coach. Sometimes he makes a few things that like doesn't sit well with me, but I just think though, like, it just showed how well he was a point guard on the floor and like just being able to control it. So in being able to transition to be a coach and do it so well, I like Jason Kidd. Like, he did it all. I mean, the jump shot came late, and he did it with the Mavs too. Like, I think he was a little bit like at the end of like his legs was definitely died out, and he still pulled that off.
He was definitely at the end of his time.
There's no surprise, like Jason Kidd, Deron Williams. I think if you want to say that peak, you want to talk about Deron Williams peak, you might be able to get it, but I ain't gonna hold you.
I want to say when he was on Utah, he was not I don't think he was the best, but he was up there when it was like Chris Paul. He was up. I ain't gonna lie. Everybody gonna say Chris Paul, and it was Chris Paul, but he definitely was making arguments with him and Chris Paul as like 2 best in the league at that time. Nothing wrong with that. But Jason Kidd, he clears Deron Williams. He clears him, and then I love Deron Williams. I feel like I think he had way more time, but sometimes you just know it's over, and he just knew it was over.
I think like around like 2010 or 9 or 11, 9 to 11, there was a lot of people saying like Chris Paul is the best point guard in the league. And not Chris Paul. It was not, I mean the minority. It was a lot of people saying Chris Paul, Deron Williams. I heard a lot of ramblings back when YouTube comments was new. I mean the YouTube comments like it's really Deron Williams, it's Deron Williams. But I think Chris Paul, because what he was doing at the time, everyone, you got to be a winner with it. Being a winner with it makes everything so much better. It makes the argument so much easier for the fans. And if you're not winning as much as this guy and people supporting you, like they like he don't even win. It's like Kemba Walker. Like Kemba Walker is super good and amazing, but like I don't really think Kemba was ever really a true winner. So I don't think he really gets brought up in the same light that he should because he never really did anything. But that's what I'm saying. He never really did anything. Like Kemba, like outside of like.
What you supposed to do with that team?
It does. I mean, that's my point. That's what I'm saying. Like, because he didn't win, even regardless, like, oh, his team was garbage. You still can make the point. Like, there were other players who played on bad teams, and like, it make the argument better. Like, he took this team, they had such and such. He didn't even have a single all-star. He didn't have a player averaging 15. It make the argument a little bit better because like Kemba, I think Kemba at one point was like the same type of like Deron in a caliber, not Deron Williams level, but like low key, like. He should have been like one of the best point guards, and if he was winning with Charlotte, I think maybe he'd be in the conversation a little bit more.
Conversation with who?
Just being one of the best points in the league. I think if he was winning a little bit more, he'd be in that conversation. Like, hey, don't sleep on Kemba. But I don't think
he would. I mean, you got to think about it though. He came in the league with Brandon Knight, who came out of Kentucky, I think. Mm-hmm. Then he came in with Kyrie Irving, who came out of Duke, number 1 pick. So he was compared to them. And at that time, none of them was winning. Kyrie was on the losing Cavs team. Yes, they were getting better, but they were still not good. Brandon Knight was on the Pistons. They were not good. Kemba Walker, he goes to the Bobcats. They're not good. I think it was between them. I don't think nobody had Kemba Walker as better. But when it comes to them, he probably was in that same category. Kyrie Irving was just better than him. Kyrie's just better. Brandon Knight, Kemba Walker is better than Brandon Knight. I don't care what nobody says. Kemba Walker is better than Brandon Knight. So you could put him over him. But when it comes to like Deron Williams, because at that time Deron Williams, he's on the Brooklyn Nets at this point. So it's like
he was sort of decent.
I'm not saying he fizzled out, but he was still good. He was still good. But
his peak was past. He was on that decline. Yeah.
So nobody put him in the conversation with them. They just put him in the conversation with like Kyrie and like the Brandon Knights. Maybe probably not even the D Roses and the Westbrook, but just in that category because he came in the league with them.
Yeah, you're gonna always get compared to like your peers that you come in with, unless you're one of those players like you're super amazing. Then it becomes like our next topic right now, Kyrie Irving and AI. When you're super great, then you can get paired to the legends and the ones before you. So with Kyrie Irving versus AI, that's a tough one. Well, let me go ahead, man. Keep it rolling. Who you got?
Like I said, I'm gonna be biased. I'm gonna just go with Kyrie because I saw Kyrie. I didn't see AI honestly. So, but I mean, I can obviously. I saw him. I watched highlights, but I've seen Kyrie in action with the ball handler. I don't think he's not a good defender, but he's one of the best shot makers in the league. Probably one of the best shot makers ever. I'm not gonna go with the best, but he is definitely one of the best. 50, 40, 90 guy to an extent. Like I said, he got the great handles, can get to the rack. One of the better finishers. But AI was he influenced a lot of people with the braids and just being himself. I mean, he took a 76ers team. They lost, doesn't matter, they still lost, but he did take them and was going up against a Shaq Kobe led team. But AI was definitely influential, one of the best small guards ever, top 5 shooting guard ever, top 5, top 10, whatever you want to name. But he was definitely one of them. Like, we can't forget about AI. But I'm going to just go with Kyrie because I've seen Kyrie in person.
He said, I seen him in person. You were sitting courtside at them games?
Not in person, but I mean, I seen him, like, live.
Yeah, growing up. I mean, no surprise here. I'm going with AI. Because, honestly, AI got that MVP. And I think Kyrie is just, another, like, copy, a photocopy. Like if you remove both their bodies and like you remove the outline, like it's just a black shadowy figure hooping. It's hard to tell them. It's like, no, that's the same person. You're not going to trick me with that. But I think AI, like him getting that MVP, like I think AI did what Kyrie sought to do with the Celtics, because Kyrie, when he was going through that phase of like, I don't want to be just behind Bryant, I don't want to just be the number 2 guy, I want to go out and prove to be the leader, I want to win. Those personality flaws came out. The same things I think that Ja Morant may be dealing with right now. That like you got to really be locked in and battle with yourself internally to win that. And it was like you seen Kyrie, he didn't understand what it meant to be a leader. Like he didn't know how heavy the weight was to carry. But AI, even with the scrutiny that he went through and not showing up to practice, and the clothing ban with David Stern and everything, AI was able to win. AI was like showed that like I can be this and I can still get it done. And like I don't understand like how he isn't around Philly, the 76ers organization, as much as he should be, because
around them though.
But it's not like how you see like Magic with the Lakers or any of the previous Knicks players. It's more so like he says it versus the organization. Like, and remember, we got AI, and I don't feel like that to me. AI is just, man, that man, he got it all. I mean, he got it all. He got the iconic step over Talou, the battle with Kobe, the MVP. But I think though, if Kyrie would have done those things, like go somewhere like far, like you get to the Celtics, man, with the team they had, you look at that roster, it's like, even they lost Gordon Hayward, but like, man, you still look at that roster, it's like, bro, Kyrie, you had a chance. Like you had a real chance to like, that would have cemented him way past like Kyrie Irving. But like you could bring up the Cavs, and Bron probably couldn't have won without Kyrie, but Kyrie wanted to win being the one that's truly driving the bus. And it wasn't. And it's not to say that like Kyrie Irving is far from what AI play style is. I think Kyrie probably is the better hooper, but AI pieced it together so much better. He did it. He didn't win a ring, but he did it. He got there. And Kyrie, it's just been so much drama with him. Like not even off court, just on court, just showing up to work, just playing games, just yeah.
I mean, Iverson like that. I mean, he's like that. He's gonna be ranked. He's gonna be ranked over Kyrie no matter what happens with Kyrie, unless Kyrie wins another ring. Do I see that happening? No. But
Mavericks got a chance though. They got a chance.
They're not winning. I like them, but they're not winning. But Allen Iverson, he was like that. But like I said, I'm gonna just be biased. But you can't go what he did being a guy. He averaged 30 and 20, high 20s. Really. Yeah, he did go to the Nuggets and help Melo, but they didn't get it done. They faced the Lakers. They wasn't beating them. Nothing against them. They weren't beating them Lakers. I like AI though. I like him.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, you can't go wrong choosing. I mean, if you choose Kyrie Irving, I believe if you choose Kyrie Irving this day and age, just a lot of young cats talking ball now. So, and like you said, I seen Kyrie, and it was real. I actually. I'm a little older, so I actually did see a little bit of AI, like the Lakers finals and whatnot. They put KG out there. It was like, oh, like AI. That finals was amazing. You know how it is. That's back when everything was on one TV, so you had all your uncles and cousins in the house, and we was watching it. Trail's missing. He was there when our uncle he pulled out a pair of Timbs and was running through the house acting like AI. But that finals was lit though, man. It was, the house was going crazy. So it's like I could see the old heads choosing like, forget it. It's AI easily. And I can hear the young boys like, nah, Kyrie. But even the old heads still respect Kyrie. They like, no, that man can hoop. You gotta respect Reed. So yeah, I mean that's it. You can't go wrong either one. That's the best one. You're gonna keep hearing that shit like AD versus Giannis and Bron versus Mike. That's one of them things you're gonna just hear forever.
I don't hear really Kyrie's and Iverson conversations though, honestly.
Man, stay out of it.
I don't hear it a lot, me personally.
Stay out of Discord. Stay out of them basketball discourse. It's like one of them topics that come up every goddamn month. Man.
I really don't hear Iverson's and Kyrie conversations. That's a good one though.
Yeah. All right. So go ahead. I mean, we ran through my four. So let's go ahead and switch this format and let's get on this. Okay. I mean, Kyrie again. Hey, it makes sense. It flow. All right, so next topic that we'll be talking about is who would you rather start a franchise with? I think from my explanation, you already know my answer. Damian Lillard
Uh,
or Damian Lillard or Kyrie Irving.
I'm going with Dame.
I mean, that's an easy choice.
I'm
Tell
going
me
with
why.
I'm going with Dame only because me personally, Dame and Kyrie is in the same tier. Feel like you can't go wrong with either, or they really in the same tier. Take the ring away from Kyrie, they the same player. They really the same, honestly. But uh, Dame, we all know he can score. One of the best deep three shooters probably ever in the league. He's a good assist man. I think he plays. He don't play defense, but I think he plays better defense than Kyrie. Kyrie plays no defense. Me personally, they don't play no defense, but I think Dame is better. Yeah, Kyrie got the handles, but Dame, I think he's more poised. He knows when to take over. He knows when to take over a game, and he doesn't have drama come with him. Outside of this Heat BS, he doesn't have drama with him, and I know I can count on Dame when I need him the most. He's
Mm-hmm.
gonna show up. Doesn't matter what the circumstances. He's gonna show up and play. Kyrie, we don't know. One day Kyrie Irving can play good, and then literally 5 hours later, we won't see him again. That's just how he is. But Kyrie's a really good player. Dame is a really good player. Like I said, they in the same tier. But I'm gonna just go with Dame because of the off court end. I'm not gonna say he's a better player. I think like I said, I just think they in the same tier. Honestly, you can't go wrong with neither.
For me, when it comes to choosing between Damian Lillard or Kyrie Irving starting a franchise with, I think if I'm just getting just strictly just the player attribute skills, just strictly just choosing blank canvas, Dame, Kyrie, I go Kyrie over Dame simply because I believe that Kyrie in the playoffs is more scary than Damian Lillard in the playoffs. Like, I truly believe that Kyrie is the best closer in the game. You find no better closer in the NBA than Kyrie Irving. If you want to win a game, you got 2 minutes left and you're down 6 or 8. Kyrie Irving on your team, you win. You win that game. You get him that ball, you win. He closes better than KD. He closes better than Book. He closes better than Bron. He closes better than Chris Middleton. You name any closer, he is the answer. That's why he's compared to AI. Kyrie is the answer to winning games when those last 2 minutes. But I think with Damian Lillard, with him, his biggest attribute is, like you said, the deep three ball, the way he's posed as the leader, the way he gets his teammates to buy in. He's selfless. He doesn't get out there and bash his teammates when he knows his team is underperforming, not playing to that. And you need that as a franchise player. A franchise player isn't just being the best player. That's a mindset to understand that, like, other people need for me to encourage them, to instill confidence in them. And Kyrie doesn't do that, like, as a player. Kyrie, when this mindset, it may be there, but when he came in the league, it was more so, I'm the best. I'm the best on the court. Like, don't pass him the ball, give it to me. And I think that halted him in his leader because that's not what a leader would do. A leader knows when to lead, but an even better leader knows that you guys don't have to walk behind me. You walk on the side of me. And that's how it feels with Damian Lillard. He brings players along, like the way he instills this confidence into Anthony Simons. Is it Simons or Simmons? Simons. So I believe, though, Dame, he's what you want your franchise, and he's down. He's committed. No matter all the outsides, you can say whatever you want about Dame currently, about asking for a trade to leave Portland. But he was loyal, and he still to this day doesn't bash them. I think honestly, you hang his jersey up. You hang his jersey up. Dame is who you want your franchise player to be. He holds you down. He instills confidence. He believes in management. He doesn't talk down on you. He doesn't run from the grind. Kyrie acts out for reasons that made sense to be a leader, to try to do it on his own. And the internal battles came out that, like, it's more than just being the best player. So skill-wise, Kyrie, leadership, personality, I'm going Dame. I need Dame. I need Dame to start my franchise with. I need that.
Like, yeah, Kyrie he just has. He cool now, but you just don't know what that dude, man. But like, he's a really good player, and I just think that Kyrie, I think he doesn't make your teammates better. Even though Dame, I know there was comments Richard Jefferson kind of made, like, Dame doesn't make his teammates better. But if I had to choose, I would think Dame kind of makes his teammates better than a Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving had good teams, but he could never do nothing. He hasn't done any. Honestly, he hasn't done nothing since LeBron. Really hasn't. He just hasn't done anything. They had chances, but he hasn't done nothing. Dame, yeah, he hasn't done nothing either. But he did take a team to a conference finals as him being the guy. He did do that. Kyrie hasn't done it. And Kyrie has had way better. He has played with way better players than Dame has ever played with. The best player Dame has ever played with is either LaMarcus Aldridge or CJ McCollum. Nothing against them. You know they don't equate to a LeBron James or Kevin Durant or James Harden.
A Jason Tatum, a Jaylen Brown.
Even though Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown were really young at that time, they don't equate to them. He just played with way better players and hasn't done nothing outside LeBron. But Dame, I give him his credit. Like I said, he ain't done nothing either. But if I had to choose, I'm taking Dame, better leader. Like I said, he's a good finisher too. But he's nowhere near finisher as Kyrie though. He's not him when it comes to finishing at the rim and drawing contact.
I can only think of two other people that can finish as good as Kyrie at the rim.
You said you can?
I can only think of two. I can only think of Shea and Steph is anywhere near finishing at the rim. Like I would say Giannis, but he dunks it.
Kyrie up. They're not even Kyrie level though.
They're not. That's he's the one. He's the answer.
But Dame is like that. Kyrie like that too. But I'm picking Dame to start my franchise with.
I want to go ahead and just clarify this to say though, I think when it's like for why I really choose skills with Kyrie over Dame is that Kyrie has played next to some really, really great players, like some really great players. Like if you want to add up the list of all NBA teammates Kyrie had next to Dame, it's like, wow. I think even if you replace Dame and Kyrie, replace Kyrie with Dame on that Cavs team, I think Bryant probably just leaves LA maybe 2 years ago. I think he just leaves. I don't think maybe he wanted to chip with them. But I'll just say I think Bryant probably stay a little bit longer and they win. I think Cleveland wins 2 chips instead of 1 because Dame is down. Dame's not going to run away. I think 2, what stands out about Kyrie's skills is he's played next to so many of these great all-NBA players, these Hall of Famers, and he still finds a way to make you say, man, Kyrie, he's the closer. Kyrie's the best. Like, he's amazing. As great as Kevin Durant is, as great as James Harden was, it was Kyrie that was getting the highlights. It was like, man, Brooklyn might be scary. And I do think, like what you said, like he hadn't done anything since he left LeBron. He had that chance, like last season, when I think the Nets was sitting around the top 4 in the East or top 5, and he axed out. And I get it. He want the money. Like, this is his last, timeline to getting his big payday, secure his life with his family and friends. But he axed out. And us as fans, I get it. Go for your money, Kyrie. Get it. And us as fans, it's like, we lose out. But I do think that probably would have been like that chance for the Nets, the way they finally got past the drama, everything that Kyrie did. That would have been his window and chance to be like, yo, Kyrie, without Bryant, he did it. He got there. Because if KD's foot not on that line, that toe not on that line, I don't know. Could I see them winning the finals? I don't know, but I could see it happening. I don't see them.
The finals.
Yeah.
They smacked the Hawks. And they definitely smacked They smacked the Suns.
It's like I could see people saying, yeah, the Nets win. I can see people saying, oh, no. So it's like the argument, I could see it existing. I think Kyrie skill-wise, man, if you put him even on the team next to Dame, I think freaking Kyrie still become the closer. Kyrie still become the guy that got more highlights. But that's all I got.
Kyrie and Dame are they're 2 different players. Kyrie is more of a ball dominant player. He needs the ball in his hands. Dame really doesn't need the ball in his hands to be effective. Because he can, if you need, I'm not saying he's like Klay Thompson, but he can play like a Klay Thompson. He can catch and shoot. He can definitely take you off the dribble. But Kyrie, he needs the ball. Like he really, that's why a lot of people don't like this fit with him and Luka because they're both 2 ball dominant players. And it's like when one of them don't got the ball, what is the other person gonna do? They just go stand somewhere. So it's really different. Do you want a guy that fits better with whoever you draft, whatever team he plays for? Do you want this ball dominant guy in Kyrie? Nothing wrong with that, but Dame just fits better on way more teams. I mean, Kyrie fits better with he fits really good with LeBron, But you can say Dame might be a better fit with LeBron than Kyrie. You can say that. You can honestly say that.
Kyrie with Luca, the off ball comments. I like the off ball comments, but I'm not gonna hold you. I think when he showed that he played with that 3-headed dragon, KD Hard him. I think it flowed really well. I think he showed that
was because it's different. KD is an unselfish player, and James Harden was the point guard. So he's gonna let Kyrie do what he wants. It's so different. But there were comments about Jason Tatum when he was on the JJ Redick podcast, and JJ Redick asked Jason Tatum, he's like, "Why didn't it work?" He said because Kyrie was like the guy. He was the guy, and nobody had specific roles on that team, on that Celtics team, and at least on that Nets team, they had roles. KD was the best player. KD was the best player. James Harden was the point guard, and Kyrie, whenever he gets the ball, he gonna go and score. KD ain't gonna go out there and complain about, "Oh my God, Kyrie, what are you doing? Why?" No, that's just not KD. That's just not KD. So he's gonna let Kyrie do what he does. It's so different. They're two different players. Can him and Luka work? Maybe, but it's gonna be hard when it's two ball dominant players.
Yes. Yeah, I get you, bro. So, I was gonna say, with Kyrie, and I think I think he's gonna be fine off ball. I would worry more. I worry more so about what Luka do off ball, because I seen Kyrie play with Harden and KD, and I think Harden being he's a really great scorer too, but he depends so much into that free throw line. I like how he was more so the more passive passer, giving it to KD, giving it to Kyrie. So I do think Kyrie playing next to Luka, I think he'll be fine. I think he'll really be fine playing off ball, because the little short sample size, he played 20 games with Dallas, 38 minutes. And he was averaging 27 points. Rebounds don't matter for Kyrie. 5, 6 assists, and 1 steal. And honestly, my man was shooting 51% from the field and 39% from the three. And he was only getting 5 free throws attempts a night. And it was that's in 20 games. In 20 games, I think
Luka not play.
I would have to look that up. Let me see.
Luka missed some time too.
Go ahead.
They didn't play a lot of games. They didn't really play a lot of games together that year, last year. So how many? We got to see how many games did Kyrie play by himself. But I kind of agree. I think Kyrie Irving adjusts better than a Luka, because Luka is ball dominant. He's one of the highest usage rate players in the league. So it's gonna be hard, but I think it's better now that they're gonna have a training camp together. It's gonna be way better.
Well, I'm not gonna hold
preseason to really figure this out. I think they'll be good. I think they'll be good, make the playoffs and all that. But will they win? No.
They played a good amount of games. They played a really good. I'm not going to read through the numbers and stuff. That is just because we don't live. But they played a good amount. So from a sample size, I'm trusting Kyrie to be fine. I think the Mavs are going to be okay. But go ahead and just moving on to the next topic that we have to talk about. Let me just pull it up right quick. So we got over under win total part 3. Go ahead. What you got with that?
All right. We're gonna do over under win totals part 3. 3 teams from the East, 3 teams from the West. I'm gonna start with the East. I'm gonna say the Bulls. 36.5 wins. I think they get over. I don't think they win 40, but they'll get over 37. They'll get 37 wins. I think they're better than that. Yeah, you brought back the same team, but as long as you got Vucevic, DeRozan, Zach LaVine, I think they can win 37. Patrick Williams, I think we've been waiting for him to take this step. A lot of people got high praise for Patrick Williams. Kobe White, he played really good last year, and I think with him now being the starting point guard, I think he should play better. But I think the Bulls are good enough. They won't. I don't think they'll be really good, but I think they're good enough to at least give me 37 wins.
Mm-hmm. I'm going with the over too, honestly. I think Chicago, even when Chicago, they played bad, I think they're still 35, 36 for them, 37 games. I think that's relatively low for Chicago. I get it, though, because they didn't perform well. They didn't work out. They didn't perform to the highest level that they should have. I think some people are going to go with the same narrative that because they didn't have Lonzo and Press the lines up. I love to see you standing up or next to the pool, the one leg exercise. I ain't gonna hold you, even on good knees. That is not easy to do. That is you gonna sweat. You do it 5 times. He did that stuff, print. So I do believe that the Bulls win 37. And I like the Kobe White comment because I just followed Kobe White on Instagram. Saying that my man got the pop smoke braids now. He was looking real nasty on the court out there. Honestly, looked way more. He wasn't really trying to force that shot more. I liked how he was a little bit more aggressive and taking it to the rim and whatnot. So I do think, Patrick Williams, don't really know too much about him. Don't really pay attention to his game. And I'm sorry for that, brother, because I am Chicagoan, just like everybody else here on Full Court Entertainment. But I'm more so excited to see what Kobe White does in this starting role because I definitely think Kobe White would probably flow better with them because I don't really like DeRozan being the point. I don't really like Zach either being the point. So I do want to see someone else actually, facilitating a little bit for real. So I think though the Bulls winning 36, that's low. The Bulls they'll win 40 games, and even if they win 40, we'll still be disappointed in that because they're supposed to be better than that.
Kobe White will be the point guard, but he won't be the main guy handling the ball a lot. It'll definitely be like DeRozan. It'll definitely be DeRozan, Zach, and Kobe White. Like Kobe White really isn't a facilitating type point guard. He's more of a shooter. Like we've seen him. He can shoot off the dribble. He's a catch and shoot type of guy. But to basically be out there and be the point guard, like we saw it like a couple of years ago when he was the point guard, he wasn't really that good as the point guard.
He was like a rookie though when he did that, wasn't he?
We saw it last year, not even the year before. So I don't think he's the point guard. I think it's still going to be DeRozan handling the ball majority of the time. So yeah, but Kobe White is good. He's decent. All right, first team in the West, Mavericks, 44.5. I'm going over. I think they can get 45 wins. With Kyrie, I love the Mavericks. I love that they. I don't think they'll win a championship, but I like the additions of Seth Curry, Grant Williams. I like Derek Lively. It's gonna take him a minute, but I like Derek Lively. He's one of a shot blocking big. They're gonna waive JaVale McGee. They're gonna try and get somebody else. I hope they can get a Clint Capella because that's what they really need. A pick and roll big. We can go. Can run with a Luka and a Kyrie, catch the lobs, play good defense, rim protection. I like all that. I wish they would have got Matisse Thybulle, but they didn't get him. But I like the Mavericks. I like the additions they made. But so I think they're way better than last. I think they're better than last year, especially with Luka and Kyrie gonna have a full training camp together. And I hope they can stay healthy enough to play majority of this season because they definitely missed a lot of time down the stretch last because they didn't play a lot of games together. So I'm going over. I think they can definitely win 45 games.
I think so. Just give me just a second, right quick, to pull his stat up on Luka. I need to see something. But I'm definitely going over. With Luka. I think it's that guy wins a lot of games, even on his own. So Luka played 66 games last season. Usually he plays a little bit more. So, he missed a few at the end. But, I had him on my fantasy team. Didn't feel like he missed much to me because it was Luka bust with me and we was busting. So, I think, honestly, they plugged up a lot of good holes. They haven't plugged up that main hole that I think they need, like a true big. And I don't know what they're going to do with Christian Wood. So I don't think he comes back or not, or he's just floating in limbo. I don't think he signed with anybody. So situations like that, he usually takes some vet minimum. I don't think he a vet. He probably barely qualifies to be a vet. So he probably end up back there playing like 15, 20 minutes or something.
He's not going back to the Mavericks. I guarantee that.
Ooh, clip that for the future. Predictive guesses. What players will land? So I'm still gonna go ahead and say that like the Mavs, they're good. 44 wins. I think they clear that easily. They clear that easily. You got Luka, Kyrie, you got Grant Williams, and they're gonna. I remember we had that little part with Ace went with JaVale. I'd rather JaVale. It's like nah. And they still got the addition that you like, Rashawn Holmes. I don't know if he's gonna actually get back to form, but I think he's still a good body, good lateral movement, something out there. So it's gonna. I'm very high on Dallas. I think they probably could finally. This might be the year they get past the second round. I don't know. Maybe
they need to do something because Luka at the moment. Luka couldn't leave, so they need to be good. This is not the breaker. This is not the make or break year, but we getting there.
But how old is Luka?
Luka probably like 20, probably like 22, 23.
I mean, so Luca. Let's pull up Luca age. Let's figure this out. Luca Doncic age.
He's 24.
Yeah, Luca's only 20. I'm not gonna hold you. I think like the clock is ticking, but I don't think it's anywhere near like that. Okay, what's taking so long? I think it's the same thing. Like, how old was Giannis and LeBron when they got their first ring? So I think it's the same. Even Jokic, like 28, just got his first
LeBron
ring.
wasn't even in his prime really but he left though. That's what I'm saying. He left. Giannis is just one of them that he wants to stay. Everybody different, obviously.
Yeah, I'm saying though, so like when it comes to people putting these clocks on these players about, man, you gotta win. Like, I don't think that clock, you really need to start worrying about that clock until like maybe 27, 29, somewhere within that range. Like if you get one before 30, like I think you're right on pace. So I don't really think. I think the Mavs are doing something. I think when you say that, like my thoughts immediately go to like they showed that they were willing to do what it takes to get somebody. I think like it showed like it was great that they went for Kyrie, because like at the time when they got Kyrie, I remember me saying along with a lot of other people was they wasted. That was a bad trade. It was a rental. You tried to pull a Kawhi rental. He ain't coming back. He going to LA. And it turns out I'm wrong. Just like just a few other, me and the small minority, I was wrong. We were wrong that Kyrie stayed. They paid him. He didn't go to LA. And you get these additions of these other players. So I think they have shown that like Luka, like we're all in. We're here for you, bro. Be here for us. And he's 24.
They had no choice but to pay Kyrie though.
I mean,
they had no choice.
I mean, nothing. You always have a choice, you know.
No, you have a choice, bro. You had no choice because. After you basically tank on purpose. You trade for Kyrie because you let go of Spencer Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith. You basically gave away your best defender because their defense was really bad, like when Kyrie got there. Mm-hmm. And then if he walks, now you're screwed. Now you got nothing. So you have no choice but to give this man his money, and you got to make Luka happy because all of Luka's career, y'all haven't gotten him nothing. Outside of Porzingis, y'all haven't really surrounded him with a good team. No, and we all know a lot of free agents don't go to Dallas. So you kind of had no choice but to give this man his money to make Luka happy and just to keep another star type player. You had no choice. I mean, I would have did it. I would have gave Kyrie. I would not give him 3 years, but I would have gave him a 1 year with a player option. That's what I would have did. You had no choice.
Yeah. So let me just ask this to clarify this. So what do you think about how would you evaluate the Mavs just this past, off season? What grade would you give them for surrounding pieces around Luka?
Oh, I give them an A.
Oh, you give them an A? Wow, I thought you were a little harsh on them. Oh yeah, I'll probably give. I didn't know.
No, I've been said like I was like the Mavericks. I was like they get an A. Like they definitely surrounded Luka with better players. Like I said, you gave him Grant Williams, you gave him Steph Curry. You still got Tim Hardaway, Maxi Kleber's still there. You get a little decent big Rashad Holmes. I think he plays better if he starts. And if they get Clint Capella, they can get an A+ from me. So
where is this? I haven't heard anything about like where is this coming from?
They've been betraying him, trying to get him like this whole offseason, but I think
the Hawks really done with him now. Because I knew they were done with John Collins, but I hadn't heard too much about Capella.
But they're trying to at this. We're obviously with the new
CBA.
Yeah, you got to save money. So I think you rather take a Kongu. You rather have him on a way cheaper deal than Clint Capella. So,
who's the Hawks' new coach now? Because they got rid of Nate McMillan. Did they sign? Oh yeah, Quinn Snyder. Yeah, Quinn Snyder. And he was the Jazz coach back when he had Rudy and Donnie, right?
Yep.
So Okongwu would be a fresh start. It seemed like they were loving Okongwu more than Clint too. He definitely. I think you traded him too because you sensed
like has way more talent.
Yeah, way more talent.
Clint. He has way more talent. But Clint, like when you're trying to win now, you need Clint.
Yeah, okay.
You need a Clint, and that's what the Mavericks are. The Mavericks aren't to win now. They're trying to win a championship in this time with Luka. Because they know Luka could potentially leave. They know he can. If you don't win in like these next like probably 3 years. He can leave. He can, and especially with player empowerment, Luka can ask out. So you got to try to win. You got to try to surround him with players that fit with him. And Clint Capella fits with a Luka and a Kyrie.
I'm not gonna hold you. I understand. I agree with you saying. I definitely understand it 100%. But I do think though. I'm gonna just say this to not take too long on it. I give the Mavs a B plus on their offseason moves. I'm not in love with Rashawn Holmes. I'm not in love with the guy, and I do think that you guys can still make a few moves to get. You could find a better big than that. I think honestly, you could have did some type of signing trade with Christian Woods to get something back out there. So I do think like they could have done a few more things that could have definitely helped the roster. But I think though when I think about like Luka asking out at maybe 27, 28, I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. Because when I think about like these great international players, it seems that they're definitely like, they love ball, but the cultural difference to me is kind of like they don't really ask out. They don't really leave. They really be like super loyal to their teams. Like I can't think of a superstar international player like of his caliber, their caliber that's like, I want to leave. I don't want to be here. Like I'm gonna ask out. Even like right now, Joel was there so long, and even though they were like trust the process, it's just now emerging that like he might leave Philly. So it's like you don't really hear too much about these international players leaving.
You know what the difference is? All these superstar players have good teams.
Yeah, but they haven't. I mean, only one of them won. They're good teams. Two of them won.
But they have really good teams, though. That's
really good teams. I mean, but I can't.
At this time, well, I don't know what's going to happen this year, but before this year, the Mavericks really never had good teams. They had some decent, okay teams, but not good teams.
Yeah, I mean, because
a really good team. Jokic has a really good team. Giannis always had a good team with Middleton. Even when Eric Bledsoe was there, their teams were still really good. They never had that, and you can say now it's probably still not. Them teams still not better than all them other teams. So.
Yeah, so for me, it's just like I get when you say that. Like I definitely get that. I understand it. Like, but keeping everything in hindsight, memory wise, I remember when Giannis had that really good team, and it was concerns and talks that he's leaving, he's going to Miami, he's out of there, he's done. And he stayed committed. Like that team was good, and people were like, "Man, you gotta get out of here. You'll never win with Milwaukee. You gotta go to either Lakers or you gotta either go to the Heat." And he stayed committed. So, shoot, I get what you're saying, but like
rumors about he might leave after this.
I think those are just rumors. I think those rumors are gonna float all the time with players of that caliber. So I believe
in rumors because what are they gonna be in the next 2-3 years? All them good players gonna leave.
I mean, that's what I mean, but it's a game. It's not a stagnant, slow game. It's every year they draft new players. So I don't know. I'm gonna hold on to like my think that international players that are loyal to their organizations, they don't leave, they don't axe out. So what's the next team?
If I had a good team too.
Yeah.
All right, next team. I'm gonna say Cleveland Cavaliers, 50.5.
50.5. Oh, that went up. That's easy over. That's over.
It's under. I'm going under. I don't think, bro. Some teams just have regressions, bro. And I think that the Cavs, this is the year they have a regression. I don't think they're going to be, like I said, I think like a couple weeks ago, I don't think the Cavs are going to be a top 4, top 3 seed. Don't believe that. I just think this is just the year that they just regress. Like every team regress. Every team is not going to be like overly cold every year. So I'm just going to go with Donovan Mitchell. He still has a good year. Darius Garland, he has a good year. I think Evan Mobley takes another step this year. They did make some. They did what they were supposed to do. They signed a Max Strus, a good 3-point shooter. He's small, but he's a good 3-point shooter. You got George Niang. You resigned Karis LeVert. Yes, I agree with that. But to say they will win 50 games again, I don't believe they win 50. I think they can win at least 48, 49 wins, but not 50. I'm not going with 50 again.
I mean, that's a very, very small regression. Honestly, that's probably just losing a few buzzer beater games right there. But so I got a question because clearly I'm over. I think the Cavs, they do well. I like them. You said all those things about the Cavs that like they added these good players. Everyone's still Evan Mobley's taking his next step. You still think Darius Garland. I mean, he kind of looked like he struggled a bit playing next to Donovan Mitchell. And you said you think he's going to be good. I think he's going to mesh and flow better with him. I already seen seen the Cavs. I don't know if you follow them on Instagram, a couple of players, but they're already running pickup games like at the facilities with each other. They're already meshing. Like Max Strus just dunked on Evan Mobley. Wow. But it's like if you got all these Cavs players playing better and you like their offseason moves, what's the regression that's going to cause them to not win those games? That like why?
Me personally,
yeah,
I just think they're just I think they are one of the teams that regress. We see it every year.
But what's the factors that causes the regression?
They still got a small backcourt. That backcourt is still very small. We saw when you get bullied. Obviously, this is regular season though. But they still got a small backcourt. Yes, they are one of the best defensive teams. Their bench is a little bit better, but their bench isn't really that strong. It's better, but it's not the strongest bench. They're still going to lean on Donovan Mitchell to go out there and drop damn near almost 30 points. 20. I think he averaged I think he close to 28, but I'm a 28, 30.
He's always in the top of league score.
Every team just because the Cavs shocked everybody last year. I don't think nobody thought the Cavs were going to be winning 51 games. Like that was just a shocker. Nobody thought the Cavs winning 50 games, bro. I don't care what nobody says.
I heard the whispers. They were close to it. I'm not. Yeah, he averaged 28. I'm not so shocked they won that much, especially with Donovan Mitchell. He always wins
50 games last year.
Yeah, I did actually, because remember we did the standings. I had them pretty high up. Remember?
But did you think they was gonna win 50 though?
I thought they would be in the ballpark. Yeah. 50 points. I think even that's why I'm still going with the over. I still think they do it. Donovan Mitchell has always shown that like he is a winner. Like he's more of a winner than Bradley Beal in my book. He's a winner.
That's fine. I understand. That's fine. Even though he ain't done shit, but that's fine. But I think they really just regress. Like some teams just regress. And I think they're going to be that team. I don't see them being a 4th seed. I think they get maybe 5th or 6th seed, but not a top 4 seed and get home court advantage in the playoffs. They're going to regress. They're not. They're still going to be good. They just won't be as good as they was last year. It was shocking everybody. Nobody thought no Cavs going to win no 50 games.
I hear what you're saying. Just small regression. So what's the next team we got?
Utah Jazz, 35.5. I'm going under. I think they really didn't make a lot of moves. I'm high on Keontae George. I think he's gonna play really good. Bachi, he played really decent last year for them. He was their rookie last year. I think he starts this year. But I think the Jazz. I feel like because the Jazz they kind of started off really fast last year and it kind of shocked everybody. Last year they won 37 games, and it's like they was really winning a lot of games. Then later, like in the mid to late year, they started like losing, and I think they're gonna to continue to lose. Lauri Markkanen's still gonna have probably an all-star season. Walker Kessler, he's really good. Like there's nothing against him. Yeah, you got John Collins now. Let's just see how that 3 big lineup works with them 3. The point guard Colin Sexton, he's still gonna be the point. Yeah, it's gonna be Colin Sexton, Hibachi, and all them. But I think they win 35 games. I think they win 35. I think they're not gonna shock you. I think they're going to be that bad team we thought last year. They'll win 35, but not 30. They're not winning 35.
Yeah, before I say my over under with the Jazz, we ranked I think it was me or I can't remember who put them in like the D. You still put them in a tier list of D or what?
Yep.
Still D. Okay, yeah. For me, with the over is what 33. What is it? What's the over under?
35.5.
35.5. I think they're right at that low key. I wouldn't be surprised if they had 36. I wouldn't be surprised if they had 34. I'm gonna play the field though. I'm not gonna put it on my ticket. I'm gonna say under then. Because honestly, I don't really think they're going out to win. I don't think that's their goal. And I think they're gonna play it a little bit safer and smarter with Lauri. Then they got like John Collins, Lauri, Sexton, and I don't know too much about the rookie they got. So I think they definitely shocked the organization and their fans winning that much as they did. So I don't think they're gonna keep doing that. And if they do, I think they're definitely gonna make a few. Because I don't think there's anybody on that team that like outside of Lauri, and I don't even think he's like they really want to keep going forward for their next. Like, okay, we're gonna be really, really good. We're gonna really be trying to be contenders. I don't think it's anyone on that team outside of Lauri that they actually want to be contenders with. So I don't think they aim to win that many games. I think they're gonna play it a little bit safer with their players less minutes. So I'm gonna go under. That's still a D. That's still a D team to me in the NBA.
Yeah, they're a D team. I mean, yeah, you got good young players, but those players aren't good enough to help you win 40 games. Nothing against them, but they're not good enough to help you win 40 games. All right. Next team, last team in the East, Pistons, 27.5. I'm only going to say over only because I think they went 28, honestly. The only reason I say that is because I think Cade stays healthy this year. Cade is their best player. I like Jalen Duran. James Wiseman, when he went over there, he played really good. Jaden Ivey, he got way more run than he probably should have had because he was not the guy, but he was the main point guard with Cade being hurt. So I think he's going to be better now. You got Asur Thompson. I'm high on him. The Thompson twins. You still got Bogan, even though I think he gets traded. But it really depends on Cade. If Cade can stay healthy, because he's definitely been hurt his first 2 years in the league, if he can stay healthy, they can win 28 games. I think they can win 28. Am I going 30? No. They're still going to be one of the worst teams in the league. Yes. But can they win 28 if Cade stay healthy? Yes, I do. So I'm going with the over. I think they can win 28 games. And I'm only going at 28. Nothing above that.
You only going 28. Nothing above that. You think they make the? Nah. If you got to win at 28,
No.
I ain't even ask. You already said no. Fuck it. I won't ask.
No.
I got the Cavs winning over that. I got them going over. I think it's easy, honestly. I like because I think this ESPN. I'm reading this off. It said ESPN experts have heavily favored Cade Cunningham to win Most Improved Player this season. So it's got 53.8% of first place votes. In number 2, they got Jabari Smith Jr. Number 3, Evan Mobley. Jabari Smith Jr. 11% and Evan Mobley 3%. So K, a lot of the ESPN experts voted that he wins the Most Improved next year, and I definitely think that he plays next season for sure. I love when players grow their hair out and they're not like getting low cuts all the time. So that means like, yo, they hooping and they don't care about sweating their lining out. I think that's always a good sign. We've seen it with Paul George and we've seen it with a couple other players too. But I like the Pistons that they got Monty Williams. I think they got Monty Williams with this nice, beautiful young kid. I think they have one of the more like, look out for us. We're going to be good in a few years. Hear us roar as teams. So I like K. I like Jaden Ivey last year too. I wish Trell was still on the pod because he loved to talk about him. I like the performance Jaden Ivey put up last season. They still got Bojan. I like Isaiah Stewart. I think Isaiah Stewart is another one of those players that like he doesn't get talked about a lot. Maybe probably because most that get brought up is the WWE appearance that he had with LeBron. But I think he's one of those good bigs. Just like, yo, you put him on some of these teams, like it plugs the hole. I think honestly, you put an Isaiah Stewart on like a Warriors, you put him on like a Kings, you put him on like that Mavs. I think it's like, yo, he makes a big difference, especially the attitude he brings. And like you said, Jalen Deron, that guy's good. That guy's really good. He's a sneaky double. Like not even sneaky. I think he'd be averaging like 15 rebounds. Like, yo. The Pistons know how to find a big that could get that ball. So yeah, I like them. I think they easy. I think they somewhere float around that play-in spot. That's what I think. I think they float around that play-in spot. Yep. I think that's somebody you look out for.
The play-in was 41 games, right?
I still feel how I feel.
So you think they can win? You think they can get 40 wins?
I think it's possible. I would my percentage on them getting 40 wins. I'm gonna go 37, 38%.
That ain't high then. So yeah, they're not gonna go nowhere. They'll be better, but they won't do shit. Last team in the West, the Clippers, 46.5. I'm just gonna go under only because I feel like we just know Paul George and Kawhi Leonard are gonna get hurt eventually. We don't want players to get hurt, but it just happens every year. They get hurt eventually. Yeah, you resign Westbrook. I said it. I said Westbrook fits with them. Lord behold, I was right. He played really good. He kept them in the series with the Suns. If Kawhi plays, I think they beat the Suns. Honestly, you still got Terrence Mann. You still got Nicholas Batum, Marcus Morris. So they still got some good players. But it really depends on Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. If they can stay healthy, they can clear that 46. They can clear that easily. But I think we just all know they're not going to stay healthy eventually, so they're going to miss some time. So I'm gonna go with the under. I wouldn't be shocked if they got 46, but I'm still going under because I feel like they're gonna miss some time.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna go under too. I think that's pretty high. I think it's close. I think it's like clickbait. Like they're gonna win 40 something, but I don't think they're gonna be that 46 and up. I don't think they do that. I think that's like a really good one to win some money to run a lot of tickets out there, simply because I think that's just their ceiling, being around that 40. If they somewhere in the 30s, I think that's below standards. Somewhere in the 50s, that's overachieving. So I believe they're right at like maybe 46, 44. Honestly, there's nothing about this team that just makes me say like this is like LA little brother turn. Like I just don't see it. I think that with Westbrook there, Paul George, Kawhi, and all the other guys they got, I'm not scared of it. They just don't come off as a threat to me. And them winning that many games, the West is scary tough. And I think a lot of people, they got a lot of smoke for the Clippers, especially because of Paul George on the podcast. So I definitely think a lot of people are gunning the show out on them. So no, I'm going under.
Yeah, like I said, they got a good team, but we just expect them just to at least one of them, maybe both, to get hurt at one point. And Westbrook got to lead the charge eventually. So yeah, I'm gonna go. Like I said, I'm gonna go under. But if they can somewhat stay healthy, they can definitely win a lot more. But it just doesn't happen eventually with their track history. That's it for the over-unders.
Oh, okay. Let me pull up the list. What else we got next?
We have our tier list.
NBA point guard tier list. All right, go ahead. Crack this list open.
Gotcha.
Hey, did you see that? Did you see Gilbert Arenas talk about how LeBron James is the best point guard of all times?
Gilbert Arenas is an idiot. Nothing against him. He's an idiot, bro.
Remember, we was on the phone and I was like, then somebody could say LeBron James is the best point guard of all time. Isn't that
he just dumb it, and he just as dumb as what you said too, bro. Nobody ranks LeBron as a point guard, bro.
It's not about him. Okay, it's not about him saying like people rank it. It's just him saying you can make the argument. And it was the same thing I'm saying, like, you can make the argument that, like, yeah, LeBron James is the best point guard of all time. I thought it was just irony in it. Honestly, I thought it was real ironic. Like two topics that we talk about off camera on the phone, like we see players talk about. Like I thought that was like super ironic.
If you want to say he's one of the best passers ever, yes, you can say that. But to rank him at a position he doesn't play, you just don't do that. Whatever their primary position is, that's where we rank them at. It doesn't matter if they play the power forward. We don't rank a player that doesn't play the power forward one of the best power forwards in the league. If that was the case, Michael Jordan played the shooting guard and the small forward. If that was the case, Michael Jordan would be basically the second, third best small forward ever on earth. Ever. Mm-hmm. But we don't do that. We rank him as a shooting guard. Same with D-Wade. D-Wade played shooting guard and point guard. If that was the case, Wade would probably be one of the top 5 point guards ever. But he's not a point guard. To say that is just really stupid. It's just dumb. It's really dumb.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, bro. But like, I don't think the argument is like really just saying like. I think like the argument is just about like you could make the argument. It's not to say like they. I mean, it's just an opinion, bro. It's not like it makes sense to me. So you could just. I mean, it's opinion. It's opinionated, bro.
You're wrong. Not you were wrong, but he's wrong, bro. He's wrong.
It's just an opinion, bro. An opinion is all right. Let's just go with the list. Jordan Poole as a point guard. I'm gonna go C. As a point guard, I'm gonna go C. Yeah.
Steph Curry, he's ass. This is easy.
Best point guard to ever play the game.
He is not the best point guard, but hey, whatever.
D'Angelo Russell, he definitely I'm going A. Yeah, A. That's easy.
Hell no, but hey.
Hell no, but A. Hey.
Hell no, he ain't no A. Hell no.
A. That's easy. Yeah, A. How?
Yeah.
That man deadly, bro. Ice in his veins.
I didn't see it against in the Nuggets series, but hey, John Morant is an A.
John Morant. Okay, that's an easy A for sure. Look what he do in Memphis. Hit that gritty one time.
CJ
For sure. Oh, CJ McCollum. That's tough. CJ like low key. CJ McCollum is a point guard. I'm gonna go with B.
D'Angelo Russell, A, but CJ B. Okay.
Oh, for sure.
Kevin Porter. No, go ahead. Say what you're about to say.
I think of like low key CJ. I think him is the point. I think he decent, he good. He was like a closer, mid-ranger. Like I don't really think too much about him passing the ball. Honestly, I feel like I like Brandon Ingram more. Like is the point forward type guy playing at that true playoff position with them over there. I think with CJ, I think he's more of like a mid-range. Like we gonna let him bring it up a little bit, but if you really want to like get some other people going and draw that attention and find that good ass pass. I don't like Brandon Ingram. I'm going Brandon Ingram is the better point guard on the team than CJ. So if you're not the best point guard on the team to me, I'm not putting you in A, buddy. You're a B. It's Brandon Ingram.
D'Angelo Russell not even the best point guard on this team. They talking about he in a battle with Gabe Vincent.
Who?
D'Angelo Russell. They talking about he gonna be in a battle with Gabe Vincent for the starting job.
Are you talking about the future? So it ain't happening yet.
The future, right. Bro. That's in literally 2 months.
That's still the future. So it ain't happening yet, right?
CJ will be, but D'Angelo Russell is D'Angelo Russell is A.
I think it's your turn for Kevin Porter Jr.
Kevin Porter is a D. He's a D.
Well, go on and explain yourself.
I don't need to explain. He's just a D.
Okay. I'm gonna go K at B. He in front of CJ. You gotta move CJ, bro. There you go.
Marcus Smart. He is a. I'm gonna put him at C ahead of Jordan Poole.
Why you got him at C?
I think that when it comes to point guard wise, I think CJ McCollum might be just a straight up point guard better than Marcus Smart. I think he handles the ball better and doesn't really turn it over like a Marcus Smart. K, I would probably pick K over Marcus Smart too, honestly. But over Jordan Poole, I think point guard wise, I think Marcus Smart is a C.
Okay. I know the comments gonna disagree with that one. Malcolm Brogdon.
You think I care about the comments? Think I care?
Yeah, Malcolm Brogdon. I'm gonna go Malcolm Brogdon as a point. I'm gonna go A. That's easy A. I'm gonna put him behind Ja. Easy A. Behind Ja. There you go. Yeah, I'm putting him behind Ja. That's easy A for sure, bro. Malcolm Brogdon, that man know how to find that pass. That man, I like his pace. I like his selection of setting the play up. I like how he don't force and he stay composed in situations. I wish we would have got to see him. I mean, I don't know. Say Derek White gonna be the starting point. I really wish it'd be Malcolm Brogdon, but
James Harden, he's an A. He's an A. He ain't S, but he's an A.
Okay. Spencer Dinwiddie, I'll go with a C. See, he could be right in front of Poole. Please, Spencer, do not add me because I know how you get on the internet, my boy. I just think you're better like as a shooting guard. I think you better as just like not having to set other people up. I think you play better when it comes to like just getting your shot. Like I think you could run point. I wouldn't be surprised you played quarterback and point guard in high school, but I just think your game will flourish more as a shooting guard, Diddy.
Ben Simmons, as of right now, Ben Simmons would be an A, but he's been tweaking the last 2 years, so I'm putting him in at D.
He behind Kevin Porter.
Oh, he not. I'm taking Ben Simmons over Kevin Porter.
Ben Simmons like points for FanDuel would be like 10 points. It'd be like, bro, what?
You think I care?
Hey, for sure.
Ben Simmons over Kevin Porter.
I'm gonna put Jalen Brunson. I'm gonna put him at an A, right in front of Malcolm Brogdon.
That's not bad. Fred. I would put him at B, man, but he has to go in A because D'Angelo Russell A is just nonsense. I can't put him at B. I can't put him at B. If D'Angelo Russell was at B, Fred would be at B. He would be right at B. But I can't say D'Angelo Russell is better than Fred. I just can't do it. So he has to be in front of him.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. Ayo, I'm gonna put Ayo at a D. I ain't gonna hold you. Put Ayo at a D. I feel like I'm putting him in front of Kevin Porter Jr. though. No, I'm not. Leave him there. I feel like maybe it's because he's in Chicago, the system don't flow with him and whatnot. But like, I just don't feel like I feel like he a little timid at the point. I feel like we didn't really get to see it. Like, it say he point guard, but really he don't even demand the ball. I mean, we don't really get to see him running points. So I can't give you nothing else. I just got a default bottom, bro. It ain't his fault. It's just the system.
Tariel, I did not put D'Angelo Russell at A. I only put Fred at A because he has to be better than D'Lo. He has to be. That's the only reason. Fred is really a B, Tariel.
Fred shoot better than everybody on that list, but James Harden.
But he can't be behind D'Angelo Russell. He just can't be, bro. I don't know how D'Angelo. I didn't put D'Lo at A. I did not do that. If anything, I would have put D'Lo at probably B. If anything.
All right, come on, bro. We got other viewers.
Drew Holiday. Putting Drew Holiday at B. He better than D'Lo too, but I'm gonna just keep him at B.
That my boy, freaking Tyus. What is it? Tyus? Trey Jones. Trey Jones. C. I'm putting him behind, in front of Jordan Poole.
Darius Garland. Man, this list's so nasty. I'm putting Darius Garland at B, but he's ahead of everybody.
I got Tyrese. I'm putting Tyrese at A in front of Harden.
I'm cool with that.
He the next Chris Paul.
Trae Young. I'm putting him at A. He behind Tyrese.
And my boy Markelle Fultz. I'm gonna go ahead and put my boy Markelle behind Marcus Smart at C.
Oh, I thought you was gonna put him at B. I thought you was gonna put Markelle at B. I thought you was gonna be nasty. Oh, I thought you was gonna be nasty, bro. LaMelo is at an A. He's in front of Malcolm Brogdon.
Okay. Kyle Lowry. And Kyle Lowry, an NBA legend, man. I gotta put him at B, all the way at the top.
What?
Easy.
Man, I wish Trail was in here, bro. This list is nasty. This is nasty. In front of Darius Garland? Be serious, bro. Let's just be for real. Be for real, bro.
Yeah, I'm serious. I'm dead ass.
You think he better than Darius Garland?
Hell yeah.
You a liar. You a liar. You a liar.
He a champion, bro. He a champion.
Nasty,
He's a champ. He is a champ, bro. He is a champion. When you put him in, he was an important factor to that Heat run and that playoffs, bro. If it wasn't Kyle Lowry, I don't think they make it past the Celtics, bro. Without Kyle Lowry, I don't think they make it past the Celtics.
It was Caleb Martin.
Nah, I think, but as a point guard, this is a point guard list. I'm talking about without Kyle Lowry, he really brought that fire, that energy, that motivation. And what he did with Toronto, man, Kyle Lowry a B, bro. You gotta respect that, man.
Tariel, Daniel, if y'all watching this, man, this list nasty. It's nasty, man. Jamal Murray, I'm putting Jamal at A. I put him in front of Devin Booker.
That's Mike Conley. I ain't gonna hold you. Mike Conley, he like a B. I'm gonna put him in front of Cade.
This list is nasty, man. This list is nasty. Russ, I'm putting Russ at B, but he last.
Dame at S. That's easy.
Shea, I put Shea at S.
Gabe Vincent. I ain't gonna hold you. Gabe Vincent, low key a C. He a C. You can put him anywhere on the list. I ain't gonna hold you. It don't matter. You can put him right in front of Jordan Poole. That's where you go.
Dennis Schroeder, that boy, he a D. I put him in front of AO though.
Colin Sexton. I thought he was a shooting guard. I'm gonna put him at D. I'm gonna put him at D. He could be right in front of AO too.
Kobe White. I put Kobe White in. I put him at C. He behind Jordan Poole.
That's a point behind Jordan Poole.
Yeah, I put him behind Jordan.
Derek White. I'm gonna put Derek White at like a. I'm putting behind. Actually, I'm gonna put him behind Marcus Smart. Behind Marcus Smart.
Luka, he a S. Luka right in front of Dame.
Fox, De'Aaron Fox at S too. That's easy. Yeah, S. Shit, Chris Paul at S too. It just come down to
Hell no. That man he's a C, bro. That man is washed. But I'm not gonna do that though. I put him in front of Markel. He's not an S, bro. No. Thank God I had him because you doing nasty stuff, bro.
That's my boy Tyler. No, I thought you said Tyler Ulis. Tyus Jones. I always be saying Tyler Ulis for some reason. Tyus Jones. He a C. I ain't gonna hold you. He a C. I'll put him right behind Markel Fultz. Yeah, right behind Markel Fultz.
All right. So at S tier, we have Steph Curry, Luka, Dame, Shea, De'Aaron Fox. At A, we have Tyrese, Trae Young, James Harden, Ja Morant, Jamal Murray, Jalen Brunson, LaMelo, Malcolm Brogdon, Fred VanVleet, D'Angelo Russell. At B, we have Kyle Lowry, Darius Garland, Drew Holiday, Mike Conley, Kay Cunningham, CJ McCollum, and Russell Westbrook. At C, we have Marcus Smart, Derek White, Chris Paul, Markel Fultz, Titus Jones, Spencer Dinwiddie, Trey Jones, Gabe Vincent, Jordan Poole, Kobe White.
Bro, they could see it, bro.
I know, but I'm still seeing it. At D, we have Ben Simmons, Kevin Porter Jr., Dennis Smith, Dennis Schroeder, Colin Sexton, and Ayo DeSumo. All right, that is it for the tier list. All right, we got one more topic.
The lack of young stars get nationally televised games. You go ahead, you got it.
Am I shocked? No, because they're gonna always put. I'll say this: I'm shocked that some of these teams have way lower games. Like, I understand why they put the Spurs at 19, and I feel like that's a lot of games for them. That is a lot, but it's only because of Wembanyama. You're gonna put people say one of the best prospects in NBA history. Shit, they saying he's one of the best prospects in sports, period. So, of course, you're going to put him. But, like, we just saw Ben Carroll win Rookie of the Year, made the Magic way better. And the Magic only had 5 games. How are people going to see that? Like, how are they going to see Orlando Magic? Even the Thunder. The Thunder, they made a playoff. They was making a playoff run, won a play-in game. No, they got blown out against the Timberwolves. They only got 13. I think they deserve a little bit more than 13.
Mm-hmm.
The Raptors, I'm not sure. I'm shocked they only got 3. I'm not gonna lie. I'm shocked they got 3. I thought they could at least got way more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Even in a surprising thing, the Nuggets only have 30 games, and they just won the championship. But somehow they only won 30 games. I don't get. I don't get that, and I don't know why they only got them at 30. Maybe I think they should at least got 35 next to the Celtics. Mm-hmm. The Warriors, they got 41. That's because of Steph Curry and the Warriors. Dynasty, best dynasty we probably ever seen of this generation at least. The Lakers, they got 40. That's because it's the Lakers. It's LeBron James. We know all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Clippers, they got 22, and I think that's because of the injury history. Miami, they only got 24. I think if Dame probably be on there by now, I think they probably definitely would have got more. But I feel like some of these teams, they got screwed over. I'm not going to lie. I think some of these teams got screwed over on these nationally televised games. And even the Kings got 22. They was like the darlings of the NBA. They made the playoffs and who knows how long. They had one of the best exciting series, first round series ever. People say ever, and they only got 22 games. I think they should at least deserve close to at least 27. So I think some of these teams. I really think some of these teams got screwed over. I don't like that. I don't like.
Yeah. I feel like it's easy, man. The answer come down to the same thing that players say when they don't want to blame the players on the court, and they like, why y'all losing so much? It's the same answer I'm gonna give. The NBA is a business, man. NBA is a business. I think that those players are good. They do deserve to be had on some national televised games. But I think it more so falls on the business aspect of it. The people that are going to watch, like, it doesn't matter if it's a national televised game, if it's a local game or whatnot. The people that want to watch the game, they want to see those players, they're going to watch them. They're going to tune in. So I think it's just about, picking players that are going to, like, make the team grow, like make the league grow, the NBA grow. So it makes sense. There are more Steph Curry fans out there than there are more Shai Gilgeous-Alexander fans for due rights, because, Steph Curry, he paved the way. He took basketball to another level. LeBron James, he took basketball to another level. So they're going to always bring in those guys, because in the background, for people that aren't paying attention, that do not know who Paulo Banchero is for the Orlando Magic, they do not know him. No matter, the basketball guys know them, the casuals know them. But, like, for the game to grow, you must get people that don't watch the game to watch it. And one of the best ways to do that is to take somebody that's well known, and you give them games, because it's a lot of hotel TVs out there. It's a lot of airport TVs. It's just TVs in the background, and Steph Curry's playing. Who's that he's playing against? I think it's more so important to realize the televised games that the opponent they go against. That's the highlight that you need to look for in it. Finding the joy in it. Steph Curry got the national televised game against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's what's up. Steph Curry versus the Kings, national televised. You gotta look at it like that. So I think for the casual fan, for the diehard NBA fan, you should feel slighted. But I think that looking at the bigger picture outside of the frame, the NBA is trying to grow. They're trying to, and the best way to grow is to use your superstars. So that's like you get your boy Drake. If Drake hop on a feature with Migos when didn't nobody know him, now look what happened. You get Travis Scott on a song with Rob 49. Now look at him. You get these. You got to look at it, man. So the game is growing. It's not just about, like, showing the young guys, immediate love. You got to earn it. So I do think that means something. So, like,
how come the Nuggets only got 30 then?
I think the Nuggets only had 15 the previous year, so I believe that's still up. So that's a big increase.
They just won a championship, though.
The Nuggets just won a championship team, but at the end of the day, the Nuggets aren't a popular team outside of people that watch basketball. That's not even a casual fan too much knows. They know, Jokic, Jamal, Michael Porter Jr. They don't know Bruce Brown. They don't be knowing your boy KCP. So they got 30-some games, but it's still up. They want a chip. Just because you win a chip doesn't mean your popularity shoot to the top. You know how it is. You win a race, you win the football game, don't mean that you're going to smash the baddest girl in the school. You got to get that rep up.
They deserve at least 35, at least with the Celtics.
2 more games, okay, yeah, sure. If you think about it though, so if they play against the Warriors national televised, they play against the Lakers national televised, you got to look for it like that. The Lakers and Nuggets going to be a national televised game, so you can always cheat the numbers.
They're on the opening schedule.
Yeah, man. So that's national televised game for both of them. So,
They need. I'm like I said. I think some of these teams just got screwed over. Like, I agree with that. Steph Curry, if they do play against Shai, hey, who's that guy on the Thunder? I agree with that. But you're a championship team. You had a good playoff record. We always talk about Jokic don't get this notoriety. All that, a lot of people don't know about him. And you kind of did. I feel like you still didn't reward them. They're still not giving them the credit they deserve. The Lakers are going to get them, but the Lakers just got smacked. And they still have way more. But that's because of LeBron, and it's just the Lakers. The Warriors, they just got smacked by the Cavs. I said the Cavs by LeBron. And somehow they still got the most games. They got half their schedule is nationally televised. So it's like you kind of show favoritism, but I get the business part. You gotta show your superstars. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I just feel like some of these teams, they definitely should have got way more. I mean, the Spurs was garbage, but somehow they got 19. But that's because of Wembanyama. If Wembanyama went on there, the Spurs nowhere getting no 19 games. And that's just facts. That's just straight up facts. Some of these teams should have definitely got more.
I feel you, bro. You ain't never lied.
All right.
Hey, man, thank y'all boys for tuning in to Full Court Entertainment Podcast. As always, make sure you like, subscribe. Hey, video record this, send it out, make them predictions, hold on to it, because it's always going to come up. NBA is forever changing. Hey, we gone.